Hello, Free Billy. My friend Lynn asked me to do this video because her friend Billy, excuse me, is on death row because he is accused of murdering a girl working at a convenience store. And this happened, I guess, in the 70s. And they convicted him, and but now people have, and he didn't have the greatest lawyer. He had a court-appointed lawyer who didn't really dig very deeply. And since then, his family and friends have done some investigating and found out all this other this information, which basically shows that he's innocent. He wasn't there. I'll attach the video of the actor giving the presentation. Well, what happened was it was his friend who did it, and his friend just said it was him, and somehow his friend had a better lawyer and got the jury to think that it was him. When his own father said that he was in his room sleeping, and this is just a example of why we really shouldn't have the death penalty. Because if we have the death penalty, I should have started the video with this. And then somebody dies, and then you kill the person. It's a closed case, and they don't have as much reason to go and find new evidence and find out who the killer is. If you have life sentences where they're in jail, you always have the chance to go to retry the case and then set the person free. And a lot of times, there have been people who I can't give the actual example, but I saw the show on CNN. There have been people who have got the death penalty and on really flimsy evidence, and then they die, and then they're posthumously vindicated, and it's not fair. I mean, we do have a legal system that's the best in the world, but there's still a lot of room for error, and people don't always do their job. Yeah, people always deserve a second chance, and that's just some the rest of the information about Billy. The first time they interviewed the woman who saw them go into the store said that they only saw one person, and they didn't recognize him, and so it was people changing their story. And Billy didn't have a motive. The other guy did, though, because he owed a lot of money to a lawyer for a previous case, and that's why he would want to rob the store. Those are all the details. I watched this like a week ago. Sorry then for taking so long. But yeah, back to the death penalty. I've done a video about death penalty before, but just to talk a little bit more about it. It's barbaric. Killing people. It's one of we've always known it's bad to kill people. It's one of the 10 Commandments from Moses from 1300 BC, 3,300 years. That's been one of the things you're not supposed to do. And if humans aren't supposed to do it, our institutions shouldn't do it. And we know that, and like killing people, that has a lot to do with vengeance, and we shouldn't be vengeful. If somebody killed my mom, I'd be angry and everything, but I wouldn't be vengeful. I would want them in jail forever, and I wouldn't want them to walk the street. And if they did let the guy out and walk the street, yeah, then I'd kill a guy, but that's because I couldn't put him in jail. I would be a waste of my time to tie him up and put him in my basement. And that's why we had the death penalty back in the olden times, because we didn't have room or the means to put people away. And when we did, have the means, then yeah, we just throw them in the labor camps and stuff. So, but now that we have the means, we should just throw these people in jail for life, and have them do some work and to help help them earn their way, but just to try to rehabilitate them, have them go to church class and stuff, and there read books and do the internet and all that kind of stuff, and just sequestered from society. But the death penalty, the whole reason for it has a lot to do with vengeance, and that shouldn't be something that we should do, and we should always be trying to find justice as well, and if they have families and friends out there who want to one day set them free, and they're still alive, it kind of gives you a reason to give an effort to set them free, and then if it's an open case and not shut, and they find out that you didn't do it, then they can find the real person, and it increases the chances of actually finding the real person, rather than killing the person, getting up, and then you've got a murderer out there walking the streets. I think is what the case is with Billy. His friend got out after 12 months or something, so it's wrong. Personally, if it was me, until Billy dies, I would try to reverse, the death penalty and stuff. But if they killed him and it was too late, then yeah, I'd have to go and kill that guy. I'd have to do it. Sneak into his room at night while he's sleeping, pop him over the head real good until he dies, or slice his neck or something. There's lots of ways you can kill somebody. If you really want somebody to die, you can kill them. Yeah, man, but that's only because I would only do that because the country did it, I mean, kind of eye for eye, tooth for a tooth type of thing. But that's the only case that personally I would ever kill somebody. The only case. And if somebody killed my mother, I wouldn't kill him, and I wouldn't have any vengeance for him. I wouldn't have any anger. If they're in jail, I'd want them to go to jail and stay there for the rest of their life. But I would wish the best for them. And it's most of the countries in Europe don't have the death penalty, and it's kind of a bummer for me as an American. I like to see my country as the best, but we're not in that regard. We're barbaric. That's old times. Luckily, most states don't have the death penalty, but some of them do, and unfortunately, Billy's does. So I hope Billy gets a fair trial. I mean, apparently they have some good evidence and stuff, so hopefully they can reverse it and set him free before he dies. Because it can happen to anybody if you don't have a good lawyer, and it's one of those states that has capital punishment. Then you could be you getting killed, and nobody wants to die. Not even Ted Bundy wanted to die, and I don't even think Ted Bundy deserved to die. I think he didn't deserve to go free ever, but he deserved to stay in jail and think about what he did. I mean, if you want to rehabilitate somebody, keep them alive as long as they can, because they have the most amount of time to think about what they did and to rehabilitate. If you kill them, then you're shutting off their memory, and they're going to have to rehabilitate in a much slower fashion. They're not going to remember it and be able to heal it at that moment. At the time, the best time to heal is then. You don't cut your arm open and then go running, and then a year later, when it's all festering, finally sew it up. It's going to be a lot harder to heal and a lot more pain in between. If you sew it up right away, then you can move on with your life, and it's the same thing with these criminals. It's better for them to not kill them. Keep them alive and just let them think about what they did for the next 30 years and try to rehabilitate them. No to the death penalty. And free Billy.